Good evening, everyone. I'm recording this video kind of late today, but that's okay. It's not like there's a time limit, I guess. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday. Today I wanted to talk about being of service, because I believe that's something that's different for everyone, but it's something that I believe is integral to any type of spiritual journey. You know, it's not just about making yourself a better person, but spreading that joy and love of what you do throughout the community. You know, I mean, you don't have to stand up and say, I'm a witch and I'm doing this because I'm a witch, and you know, if you're still in the broom closet, so to speak, or, you know, that's just not something you feel comfortable with doing. But being of service can be not just rewarding for yourself, but for everyone else, you know, in the community, the world, however you want to look at it. One of the ways I contribute, I feel like, to not just a generalized community, but to the witchy community, is by doing this YouTube channel. You know, sharing my knowledge, interacting with other witches, being open to perceiving things in different ways through different people, and networking and connecting. You know, that to me is very important in a community. But that's not the only way I like to be of service. I also like to, you know, spend my money wisely, support local businesses whenever possible. You know, be responsible with my purchases, the type of packaging it comes in. In my own personal shop, I only package in earth-friendly materials such as glass. You know, I don't use a lot of plastic where I can help it. And things like that. I feel like that's very important, you know, especially as a witch. To me, I feel like witches should be even more aware of how we protect and help the earth itself, because we rely on the earth for so much, and more so in a spiritual way even than obviously we would need the earth for life, you know. But yeah, so I try to be as responsible with the how I treat my environment as I can. You know, there's so many different ways to be of service. I try to recycle clothing. In my last video I talked about donating clothing in honor of deity. You know, to me that is an action of being of service. Not only are you helping someone who may be having a very rough time right now, can't afford what they really need to survive, but you're also honoring those that help you magically. And to me, that's an important step. You know, it's not fair. No one wants a friend or a person to constantly ask of them and never give back. And I think when I think of my deities, I want them to know that it's not just help me, help me, help me all the time. You know, it's a relationship where I give back just as much as I receive. So yeah, that is a part to me of being of service. So there's many ways that you can be of service, and it doesn't have, you know, you can contribute to your favorite charity, volunteer at animal shelters. They always need volunteers, and to me that is an excellent way to be of service, because not only are you doing, you know, if you love animals, you're doing something you enjoy because you're helping these poor animals out, and you're also giving back to your community, you know, in ways that they really need help. Volunteering at soup kitchens, homeless shelters, and, you know, especially right now, I know a lot of people tend sometimes we think more about those in need during the holidays. Sometimes maybe they not as much, but it is not something that's just for the holidays as much as helping around the holidays is awesome. I'm definitely not knocking that at all, but it's something that you and we can do as a community to help out all the time. You know, walking around the block and picking up the trash off the side of the road. That to me is being of service. You know, and making sure it gets where it needs to go, and to the recycling center if it needs to be recycled, or you know, to a trash can at the very least, you know. But that's a wonderful way to be of service. And it's something so small, you know, people don't think about it. It's just such a tiny little bit of effort that can mean so much to the, you know, not just to yourself, but to the whole community in which you live. As much as it's frustrating, I'm sure, I know I get frustrated that my community is not accepting of my practices, and probably, you know, would rather the help come from somewhere else. In some cases, not everyone's like that, but in some cases they are. So that can be frustrating, but the thing is, either way, it's still helping. Even if they don't like what I do, if they don't like that I perform magic and cast spells and read tarot, that's okay. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, I don't care about their opinions necessarily. It's the fact that I know I helped. And it's a really great way to get to know the people in your community. And maybe even change a few minds. I mean, you don't have to, again, proclaim to the rooftops that you're a witch, but, you know, if they found out after you've been helping, you know, in the community, volunteering and things like that, it can change their whole idea of what witches are. So it can help in so many ways, you know, and even if it doesn't change any minds, you know, you've contributed, you've helped out those who need it most, you know, whether it's the environment or, you know, people in need or animals in need or whatever. You know, it's a way to give back, because we get a lot, you know, we get a lot. If if you're casting regularly and you know that you're prosperous because you are connected to these energies and drawing upon these energies from the earth and from deity, and things are going really good in your life, and even when things aren't going so great. In fact, I have found that a lot of times whenever things are going rough and I decide, you know, I'm going to donate some clothes to Salvation Army or to the local homeless shelter, that after I do that, things improve. I mean, that's not the reason why I do it, but I have noticed that when I've thought about other people instead of dwelling on my unfortunate circumstances at the time, that it really helps. It helps me. You know, maybe it's just that act of giving that changes my perception, or, you know, honoring deity or whatever it is, but it always seems to help. You know, no matter how yucky I'm feeling or how irritated I am at the situation that I'm going through. So, being of service, y'all, it's a rewarding way to really connect with community, with the earth, with your deities, with other witches in the community. And not only does it contribute to all those things, but it contributes to yourself as well. So if you haven't thought about it, definitely give it, you know, some thought and see what you think. So try it out. See what happens. I think you'll be surprised. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.